Hey everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today on the table we have a Knights Armament 11.5-inch SBR. Let's get this review started. Alright folks, as I said, this is my Knights Armament 11.5-inch SBR from the factory. I have waited a year to finally get my lower from my FFL. It's all approved, so yeah, here's the review. Now, I did a review on the 16-inch SR15 before. Go and check it out if you want. This gun is kind of set up for my night vision or definitely close quarter combat, depending on what I want to do. So I'm going to go over the stuff that does not come with it. Obviously, some things that I have changed. So the B5 SUP-mod stock does not come with it. I do love these stocks. I run them on my AR-15s. It came with a Magpul stock, which I didn't like, and I changed it out to this one. I have put in a Ambi Geisley charging handle. Again, they do come with a decent charging handle, but I'm a huge fan of the Geisley charging handles, especially when I'm shooting suppressed. I feel like it really helps keep the gas out of my face. Obviously, we have an EOTech combo up here. Does not come with it. We have a Steiner D-ball here. And we have a Surefire Vampire on the front here, which says white light and IR, since obviously this is my night vision gun, as I said, or depending on what I'm doing. But and then we have a BCM vertical foregrip. We do have a dead air Sandman suppressor here, and a dead air flash hider. It does come with a Knights Armament flash hider, 3-prong, which is designed to use with their flash hider, but obviously I run dead air, so I switched that out. And I think that's pretty much it. Then we have a TNVC dual switch here for my light and D-ball setup. So that's what does not come with it. And obviously the sling is a Blue Force Gear sling. I run these in all of my ARs and different rifle setups. I really like these slings. Okay, now that's all out the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So it does come obviously with a standard mil-spec buffer tube. Now the buffer tube looks kind of a light grey, and it's the same with the LMT, and I believe they have a dry film coating on here. That's what kind of gives it that colour. A lot of standard AR-15s will have that kind of black colour, but one of the noticeable differences right off the bat will be the colour of this. Now moving down to your castle nut right here, castle nut is in place, it looks great. It does have like a QD end plate right here, and it's QD on both sides, which is really cool, and that does come with it. I didn't add that, so very nice indeed. Let me take off the magnifier. It does come with these awesome iron sights, and on the front and back, they're really nice. They work really well, and they're actually really expensive. I mean, they're like $200 plus to get these iron sights, so they're very nice indeed. And as I said, they do work very well. We do have a 1913 pick rail the whole way along. There's plenty of room to put on whatever you like up there, and obviously, I mean, everything's going to look. Obviously, this is an AR-15, so everything's standard, right? You get a brass deflector, forward assist. This is a completely ambi lower. So we have an ambi safety, we have a bolt catch and release, and a mag release. And on the other side, you know, we have obviously the safety there. You have your bolt catch and release and your mag release right there. So it's completely ambi lower. It's a very nice lower indeed. I do like it a lot. Now, moving down, I believe actually I put the K2 grip on here. I can't remember what grip came with it, but this is the Magpul K2 Plus grip. But moving down, we have a 2-stage trigger from Knights Armament, and it's actually, they're pretty dang nice. So let's have a look here. So we got a little bit of take up. That's your first stage, not even take up, it's your first stage. You're at the wall. Very nice clean break right there. And then the reset, a little bit of let out, very positive and tactile reset. Very comparable to Geisley triggers, and that's why I have not changed the triggers out, because they are good and I don't see the need to change them out. It does have a slight curved trigger guard at the bottom here. I do like that. I don't really like the straight ones. And that's pretty much the lower. Let's do the wiggle test between the two. there's a little bit of play there, not much at all, but there's a little bit of play between the upper and lower. Now, we'll go over the bolt carrier group in a couple of minutes. There's a couple differences on there. Moving up to the rail. Now, this is Knights Armament. They're a military grade gun. There is no ifs and buts about it, and they're extremely hard to get a hold of, right? Now, couple of downsides to Knights Armament is they have a couple of proprietary parts. And one of the things is taking off this handguard requires proprietary tools, which for me is a huge drawback, right? I don't really need to get in there and change. I mean, maybe eventually I'll need to change the barrel out or something if I ever am lucky enough to wear a barrel out. But that's one of the downsides for me is so to take this handguard off, it does require proprietary parts, right? So that's a little frustrating. But we do have a very cool handguard here. This is their UX4 handguard, which is specifically designed for them. It's very nice indeed. It does have QD slit slots on either side here. You have magnet pull slots all the way around, you have M-lock slots the whole way around. We do have some covers on here. This did come with the gun, and I just added them in because it does help when the gun heats up a little bit. We do have plenty of slots to add whatever you like on here. Moving up, and as I said, it did come with a Knights Armament flash hider, but as I say, I switched that out. Below the handguard, we do have a 11.5-inch Cold Hammer forged chrome lined barrel, 1-in-7 twist. The barrels, so the handguard's actually a really good size for me. So I have medium sized hands, but obviously when I don't have the stuff on here, I can get a really nice C-clamp on that handguard because it's not overly thick. And one thing you'll notice when you pick these SR15s up is they are light. Now, not at the moment because I have so much extra crap on it, but they're actually very light AR-15s, and you should notice that if you ever get the pleasure of picking one up to shoot it, you'll notice that they're pretty light. So really cool feature set, very nice guns indeed. Let's open it up here and have a look at the bolt. Now this is their bolt, and it does, again, it's got a proprietary, this is a bolt carrier grip, and it does have a proprietary bolt in here where the lugs have been rounded off instead of kind of that they're rounded. I'll roll in an image, you guys get a nice close look of it, but that is designed to help take the stress off it and for longevity. So the staking on the gas key is excellent, as you would expect. Fit and finish is really nice. So I mean, I haven't heard of somebody breaking one of these bolts before, but they are proprietary again, so if you do manage to break one of these, you're going to have to get a Knights bolt to replace it with, which is kind of a drawback for me, although again, I don't anticipate ever breaking one, but you never know. So with the buffer system, I have put in a Damage Industry spring and a Spikes Tactical T2 tungsten powder buffer right here. I like that setup, it's my favorite setup, and that's what we have in there. How's shooting this gun? Knights are known just to be extremely smooth shooting guns. They are very nice indeed. These guns, and I actually have the 16-inch, as I said. Here it is here. These are easily my favorite AR-15s that I've shot, that I've owned, that I've reviewed. Without a doubt, they're absolutely fantastic guns. So shooting them is an absolute pleasure. I have had zero issues and thousands of rounds between the two, no problems whatsoever. Very nice indeed. Now, as I say, there is a couple of cons with these guns, and that's the proprietary parts, right? As I say, taking your rail down is proprietary, and your proprietary bolt in there. You know, again, I don't anticipate ever breaking them, but if I do, that's going to cause a problem. So trying to get hold of Knights Armament parts, if you've ever looked, you'll know it's an absolute nightmare, along with actually getting a hold of these guns. They're very difficult. Typically, you need to sign up on a wait list or go to Gunbroker and pay through the nose to get them, which I did with this one. So let's talk about that cost-wise. You can pick up these uppers for approximately, I've just seen them in stock actually, I can't remember what it was, but they were like $2,200 just for the upper, not including the lower, and you can anticipate them paying $1,500 easy for a Knights lower. So between you and me, and don't tell the wife, I bought this on Gunbroker for, I was in a bin war, and then I had enough and I just did buy it now. And I paid approximately $4,000 for this gun. Now, a lot of people are gonna go, holy crap, you're crazy, that's not worth it. And I understand that. It's definitely a personal thing. Like for me, it's like, yes, I know this was extremely expensive to buy this. So yeah, they're extremely difficult to get a hold of, especially this 11.5-inch version. I think they're even harder to get a hold of than the 16-inch version. So is it worth it for you to go and buy a gun this expensive? That is 100% going to be up to you. You can definitely get some extremely nice AR-15s for less money, but these are literally, I think, the top of the food chain AR-15s. And for me, it was worth it. Initially, it hurt a lot, but for me, I love these guns. For me, it's worth it. These are guns that will always be in my possession. So I am very happy with it. I think it's worth it, but is it worth it to you? Completely up to you. So anyway, all right. And yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. All right, until next time, I'll catch you later.